Hey there, lovely souls. Welcome to my channel, Magnetize Official. Have you ever felt like you've just taken a giant leap forward in your life? If you're here, it's because you've made a significant quantum shift, and that's exactly why I'm shuffling the cards right now. We're about to dive into some deep insights about this profound change. I'm sensing a major timeline shift, which means if you've connected with this video, it's because we're on the same wavelength. Our shared timeline has undergone some major renovations and upgrades. Many of you might be feeling this as a deep internal change. It might not have fully manifested in your outer world yet, but energetically and spiritually, you're experiencing something big. Let's explore what this shift means for you. Let's dive into the Six of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands reversed. It looks like you might be dealing with someone who's letting go of something their ego has clung to for far too long. This isn't about giving up, but more about releasing something that's been a burden, maybe a job, a friendship, or a romantic relationship. The ego resisted this letting go because it saw it as a form of defeat. However, with the Sun card shining brightly, it seems your craving for freedom has finally outweighed the ego's need for control. And if the number 19 is meaningful to you, remember the affirmation. I shine my light on the world around me, and my radiance attracts more success. Lately, a powerful message keeps coming through. You can only give to others what you've first given to yourself. You can't offer love to others if you haven't learned to love yourself. You can't support others if you're not supporting yourself, and you can't help others find freedom if you're not freeing yourself. Society often teaches us the opposite, making us believe that seeking our own abundance, freedom, or self-love is selfish. But part of our journey here, both as individuals and as a collective, is to break free from these limiting beliefs and subconscious programs. We're here to challenge the fear and scarcity mindset that keeps us trapped, and to embrace the idea that it's not selfish to seek love, freedom, and abundance. The reason my spirit guides are highlighting this right now is because for whoever this message is for, you've always embodied the energy of the Six of Pentacles. This card represents generosity and an open heart. As I tap into your energy, I can't help but feel a bit emotional because despite all you've been through, your heart remains open. I see you with your arms outstretched and eyes closed, radiating love even when it feels like you're under attack. You might have faced emotional hurt and attacks from those around you, and maybe the love you've given wasn't always returned. Yet, you've stayed bravely open-hearted, even when others mistook your openness for weakness. My spirit guides are highlighting this now because for whoever this message is for, you've always embodied the Six of Pentacles energy, symbolizing generosity and an open heart. As I connect with your energy, I'm moved to tears because you have every reason to close yourself off, yet your heart remains wide open. I see you reaching out with love, even when faced with challenges and emotional attacks. You might have felt hurt or rejected in the past, and the love you've shared wasn't always returned. Still, you've stayed bravely open-hearted, even when others mistook your openness for weakness. Ironically, while some might see this openness as naivety, it's actually a powerful shield. Your open heart creates a spiritual force field that protects you, transforming any negativity or attacks into beauty, love, and light. You've become a master at turning shadows into something radiant, though I know it hasn't been easy for you. What I'm picking up with the Seven of Wands reversed is that, as we discussed earlier about letting go, what might seem like giving up to others is actually about going within and surrendering the ego's need for control. It's a chance to reconnect with what you truly deserve: love, freedom, and abundance. It seems like this decision you're making, or are in the process of making, might be seen as selfish by those around you, or even by your own inner critic, the ego. But here's the thing. You're here to embrace this kind of selfishness, meaning to fully reconnect with yourself and radiate a profound self-love. This radical self-love might be labeled as selfish, but in reality, it makes you a beacon of unconditional love. Wow, such beautiful messages are coming through for you right now. Remember, only take what resonates with you from this reading. I'm feeling a strong pull to the Starseed Oracle deck, so let me shuffle and pull a card for you. By the way, I usually mention this at the start, but I got so excited to dive into the messages tonight. If you want to receive specific messages from this reading, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Liking and subscribing are ways of sharing your energy with me, which helps me tune into your vibes more easily. Alright, let's see what the Starseed Oracle has for you. I'm sensing that you've recently made or are about to make a significant choice that feels heavy and scary. This might be related to letting go of something, someone, or a situation. Those fears you're experiencing are just illusions, they're not your intuition. Your true intuition is the whisper of excitement, the budding sense of freedom, and the hope that feels so grand and maybe a bit intimidating. It's not the fear that's guiding you, but that bold, visionary part of yourself that might terrify the ego. Those fears are not a sign you're on the wrong path. Those fears are echoes from the timeline that you've shifted out of. I don't know why I'm feeling so guided to talk about timeline shifts in this reading. Let me know if you're going through some type of timeline shift in the comments. It just feels like you're going through something major. Again, a major timeline shift, a major upgrade. I've done videos on parallel reality shifting, timeline shifting, taking a quantum leap. These are all the same thing, just different words to describe what happens when you do something that radically shifts your vibration in such a way that your trajectory, moving out into the future, your entire lifescape, the landscape of your life and reality, transforms extremely fast. I can't think of what movie exactly I'm thinking of, but it's kind of a cliché in movies about time travel, sometimes when you travel through dimensions or timelines. Or when you time travel, the character in the movie will get really sick after traveling through time like this. The guides want me to share with someone that you've shifted timelines so quickly that you might actually be experiencing some strange physical or emotional sensations. Emotionally, you might be feeling these fears, these doubts coming up. Physically, I'm picking up that some of you might be having a lot happening in either the solar plexus or the crown chakra. How this could manifest through those energy centers is that in the solar plexus, someone I'm connecting with might be feeling nauseous. You might be having major appetite changes, like you're eating everything or you can't eat anything. You might be experiencing weight changes as a result. Through the crown chakra, this means that you might be feeling a little off-kilter in a way that's hard to explain. Your ego might be latching onto that and getting really anxious about it. You might be feeling a little bit dizzy, a little lightheaded. And of course, always check first with a medical professional. I am not a doctor, so I'm speaking to those of you who have explored the medical causes of these sensations. And you know they don't have a medical cause, in which case they could be energetically based. I'm really feeling guided to share this, so it must be important for someone listening. The Starseed. Oracle card we've drawn is Activated Earth. Power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. The message, trust where you're being led, is coming through strongly, and I want to make sure it sinks deep into your subconscious. Trust where you're being led. Trust where you're being led. For many of you, it feels like you're being guided intuitively, and sometimes it might even feel like a push. If you're not listening to your intuition and keep trying to follow a path that doesn't align with the new energy you're embodying, the universe will close off that path. It's like the universe puts up a sign saying, "No entry, this road is under construction." Sometimes this guidance might seem forceful. Your intuition might nudge you in a direction, and if you ignore it, those nudges will get louder until you find you literally can't go down the old paths anymore. Despite this, doubts and fears about whether you're on the right path might still linger. I'm feeling a strong message from your guides for whoever I'm connecting with. When you ask yourself, "Am I on the right path?" Know that you're not just on the right path. You're on the only path available because Spirit has closed off all other options. The work you've done on yourself and the way you've raised your vibration meant that this was the only path for you, and it couldn't have happened any other way. I don't know who needs to hear this, but it's clear that your guides are trying to get through to someone. It seems like you might be reflecting on past decisions, relationships, career choices, or life paths, and your ego might be dragging you back to question if you should have taken a different route. Your guides want you to know that not only was this the right path, but it was the only path you could have taken. You're more connected to your intuition than you or others might realize. The card Empathy, which came up with the message, "I am open to seeing both sides of a situation," is interesting here. I'm pulling additional clarification and have drawn the Failure card. This feels like a specific message for someone listening. You might be absorbing someone else's sense of failure and taking responsibility for it. For some of you, this could be related to a parent who feels they've failed or regrets their past. You might have taken on their sense of responsibility, trying to fulfill their unfulfilled dreams instead of letting them work through their own issues. This could also apply to a romantic situation where someone didn't treat you as you deserved. Because of your deep empathy, you may have given this person a lot of grace, understanding that they were acting from a place of unawareness and carrying their own wounds. They might have issues with their sense of security and forming close bonds, affecting their ability to connect deeply with others. This person might not have many close connections in their life, and it feels like they're carrying an unresolved inner child wound. I'm picking up strong masculine energy here, so if you're a divine feminine, this might be a divine masculine, who, due to that deep-rooted wounding, has made mistakes toward you. Or, for some of you, a series of mistakes. It wasn't just a one-time thing. You forgave them repeatedly because they didn't do the inner work needed to change. Despite their repeated patterns, you continued to forgive them because your empathic nature allowed you to see their pure heart and immense spiritual potential beneath their wounds. He's a very ancient soul who in this lifetime has taken on a lot of karmic patterns for both the collective and, I'm seeing, a family lineage. It's almost as if his soul had plans with you, but didn't anticipate just how much these karmic patterns would weigh him down in this incarnation. It seems this masculine became deeply entrenched in these patterns and feels a great deal of regret. He has a habit, energetically speaking, something he's not fully conscious of, because the inner work hasn't been completed yet. He's just starting to awaken and connect the dots about what's going on within him, but he's only scratching the surface. For you, Divine Feminine, this situation has become quite challenging. Your empathic nature means you absorb this person's energy, including their sense of failure, regret, and pain, more deeply than most people in your life. This bond, whether spiritual or a soul tie, makes you feel their struggles intensely, almost as if it's dragging you down. Despite this, you still hold a lot of love and admiration for them. It's clear that these messages are hitting deeply for someone out there, and they're very intense. All right, let's dive deep into the cards and uncover more about what you need to know right now. This reading has been truly unique, and I'm grateful to everyone who has contributed their powerful energy. We've drawn the man holding a coin, reversed. For whoever I'm connecting with, this card likely represents a masculine figure you're deeply connected to. He might be starting his own spiritual awakening, but is still carrying a lot of heavy, unresolved wounds. This could very well be the same masculine we've been discussing. We also have the woman holding a heart upright. The message here is to stay centered, stay grounded, and fully reclaim your heart and your power. When I say, take back your power, it's not about disconnecting from this person in a harsh way. Rather, it's about recentering yourself and shifting the focus back to where it truly belongs. Many of you are highly sensitive and know how challenging it can be to translate energy into words or art. So, what I mean by taking back your power is to recalibrate yourself and focus on your own well-being and strength. Because sometimes the concept of taking your power back sounds like stealing. It sounds like something very forceful, something very aggressive. In this case, it's not that at all. In fact, with this person, what you'll find is that whenever you get into that push energy, where you're trying to chase them, you're trying to get them to see your worth or your value, you're trying to get them to love you, or to express something to you, or to meet your needs, you'll find that that push energy repels this person. But equally, whenever you pull back hard, whenever you, as we said, forcefully or aggressively try to take back your power from this person, when it has that undertone of anger or aggression to it, you might find that in the moment, you're able to kind of forcefully reclaim some of your power. But then, over the course of the next few days and weeks, you have a boomerang effect where, as hard as you pulled back away from that person, you find yourself circling back to them. That's, I think, what I'm trying to explain here. It is so complicated to put this energy into words, but if you're experiencing this, I know you will recognize what I'm talking about. What Spirit wants to say is, don't see this as pushing or pulling away. See this as recalibration, re-centering. Shift the focus to yourself. Shift the focus to your purpose, your passion, whatever that is for you. Whatever lights you up, whatever you came to this planet to do. Shift your focus into peace, into self-love, and your choice to recalibrate your energy field in this way. Even if to other people around you or to the physical form of this masculine, they might see this or judge this as selfish if they are very unawakened. Not every masculine I'm channeling here will feel this way, but if they're very unawakened, they may be triggered by you recentering yourself in this way. But what you'll find over time is that this masculine will respond energetically in a mirrored way. They will begin recentering, recalibrating themselves, and that door to their awakening will continue swinging open. But this hinges because, again, you and this person, I am telling you, are so energetically connected, and it's probably driving you crazy at times because you are so connected that you feel everything from each other. And that is why the pushing and the pulling away doesn't work, because you're so connected that whether you're pushing towards them or you're pulling hard away from them, equally, it ends up boomeranging, if that's a word, you back into this energy of fear, desperation, anxiety, and that's why your guides are reframing this as a recalibration, a recentering on yourself, a shifting in your focus. Ironically, this is what actually heals this person. You are healing each other. You, through I feel, your meeting and your connection have spiritually activated one another. And now it's time for recalibration, for recentering, for healing. You're healing just as your activation took place through each other. Your healing and recalibration are taking place through each other as well. We have water your garden. So, when it comes to this recentering and recalibration, I keep hearing your guides say, remember that you're human too. You came here to be physical. You came here to be human. You came here to explore and adventure and travel and experience pleasure and experience love. And I'm getting kind of emotional because I feel that for someone I'm tapping into here, particularly a divine feminine, you may have felt that in order to be quote-unquote spiritual enough, you had to sacrifice your humanity. You had to force yourself to remain in situations where you felt unreciprocated or unbalanced love in 3D. You thought that you had to give up some of your passions or hobbies because maybe you felt that they weren't spiritual enough, or they were too messy, or I'm hearing toxic positivity. So someone may have had people around them who had what we sometimes call toxic positivity, which is a form of spiritual bypassing where you're really trying to cover your wounding, your pain, with this kind of superficial positive energy instead of allowing yourself to feel that emotion, and through feeling it, to heal it, to process it out. Exciting news! We're thrilled to announce that channel membership is now available. By joining, you'll get exclusive perks, behind-the-scenes content, and special access to our community. It's a fantastic way to support the channel and get even more out of your experience with us. Click the Join button to explore the membership options and see what exciting benefits await you. We can't wait to welcome you to our growing family and share more amazing content together. This journey often unfolds through a powerful spiritual initiation known as a spiritual awakening, where a significant event or internal shift dramatically transforms your energy. For those on a twin flame path, this initiation often happens through an energy transfer when meeting or connecting with their twin flame. But remember, the twin flame journey is just one of many ways to experience this awakening. It can also arise from a near-death experience, a profound connection with a spiritual soul, or life circumstances so intense that they deeply shake your energy field, loosening the rigid paradigms that most people unconsciously follow. As you release attachment to a specific timeline, interestingly, I keep seeing numbers like 1777, 7, or 2777, which might resonate with someone. You start to navigate between different timelines, dimensions, and realities. This newfound ability can sometimes confuse our conscious minds, which are more accustomed to a linear understanding of existence. It might feel disorienting, but it can also be exciting as you realize you're not limited to a single path. Instead, you're reclaiming your power as a conscious, creative force in your life, a power that has always been within you. Deep down, you've always known that you are a powerful, limitless being, capable of shaping your reality. As this profound awakening takes place within you, you might experience moments of disorientation. It can feel like a fogginess in the mind or a physical sensation similar to dizziness, a kind of spiritual vertigo. Of course, I must stress that I'm not a medical professional, and it's important to seek medical advice for any physical symptoms you experience. But for those of you who intuitively feel that these sensations are linked to an energetic shift rather than a physical cause, know that your body and mind are working to process and interpret this powerful transformation. Wow, this is fascinating. I've noticed that this message often resonates deeply with those who identify with divine, feminine energy. It's important to remember that we all carry both divine, feminine, and divine, masculine energies within us, regardless of gender. So, when I use terms like him or her, which I try to avoid, it's more about describing energetic qualities than literal gender. I keep getting this image of a winding river, gently curving and bending as it flows. This river represents the journey through old patterns and dynamics. At first, it might feel like you're navigating wide, sweeping bends, deeply embedded in past behaviors and cycles, an earlier version of yourself caught in repetitive patterns. But as you grow and evolve, these bends become less pronounced, the curves tighter, signaling that those old patterns are losing their hold. Eventually, the river straightens out, and those patterns dissolve completely, fading away like mist over water. Healing isn't usually a straight upward climb. It's more like this river, gradually straightening and clarifying as you release the past. Your guides are gently reminding you to be kind to yourself. Don't be hard on yourself if you occasionally revisit old patterns or dynamics. This revisiting is part of your process of releasing them, a natural phase-out of what no longer serves you. It's an energetic cleansing that happens in perfect timing, even if it doesn't feel immediate. You're allowing this transformation to unfold, and that's a beautiful part of your journey. Your guides also want to point out that many people get stuck in these wide bends because they're afraid to let these patterns flow through and out of them. They fear the depth of their emotions and the pain, so they choose to repress rather than process. But you, Divine Feminine, are bravely in tune with your emotional landscape. By embracing and processing these emotions, you're undergoing a profound transformation. You'll start to notice this growth in both subtle changes and significant shifts. Keep an eye out for these signs. They're affirmations of your deep and powerful evolution on an energetic level. Now, the next card I'm pulling is the Speaker, upright, positioned over the throat chakra. This indicates that you're stepping into your power, especially in how you express yourself. It seems you've been having some important conversations lately where you've been confidently and clearly sharing your thoughts and feelings. Your voice carries strong energy right now, and it's cutting through illusions and falsehoods like a knife. This clarity and authenticity might be triggering for some people around you, but it's a testament to the powerful truth you're bringing forth. This isn't just about triggering reactions, it's also about awakening and catalyzing the spiritual growth of those who encounter your powerful expression. Your words and the energy behind them are acting as a catalyst for transformation in the people and environments around you. I'm picking up that people's responses to the power of your voice vary greatly, depending on their level of spiritual consciousness and openness. For some, your words hold such deep truth that they may feel intensely triggered. This reaction often stems from an internal resistance to confronting aspects of themselves that your voice brings to light, parts they might not be ready to face. On the flip side, there are those who are irresistibly drawn to you, captivated by the authenticity and clarity you exude. Your voice serves as a beacon, attracting those who resonate with your energy. Ready to embrace the truths you're sharing? This mixed reaction, where your presence both attracts and unsettles, reflects the powerful energy you're radiating. As divine feminines, we're learning to navigate this balance. Our spiritual growth and purification process naturally amplifies our energy. Like a strong magnet, this energy draws in what aligns with our vibration while pushing away what doesn't. This natural polarization is a sign of our evolving power and is an essential part of our spiritual journey. Don't be afraid of the energies, people, or situations that move away from you. This isn't a negative outcome. Rather, it's a positive indication that you're making room for higher vibrational connections and opportunities in areas like love, friendships, career, and abundance. Now, let's dive into the cards. The Lovers reversed, the Magician upright, the Ten of Cups, and the Three of Cups reversed. The Lovers reversed and the Magician upright, in particular, are significant indicators of twin flame energy. Their appearance in this spread strongly suggests that many of you connecting with this reading are either on a twin flame journey or closely tied to this powerful energy. The Lovers card reversed, paired with the Magician upright, indicates that there might be noticeable disruptions or imbalances in the physical realm of your twin flame connection. This could show up as physical separation or a sense of things being out of sync, which might be obvious to you or others from a material perspective. Even with these outward signs of disconnection, there's a powerful energetic recalibration underway. This process might bring about feelings of chaos or confusion as it creates a sort of cognitive dissonance. On the surface, things might seem disjointed, but spiritually, there's a profound alignment happening. This alignment is taking place within both you and your twin flame, as you mirror each other's energies due to your shared core soul frequency. Any changes or shifts you experience are reflected in your twin flame, highlighting the deep interconnectedness of your spiritual journey. Your guides are stressing this because you might have recently questioned whether the internal changes you're feeling are also happening within your twin flame. You may be wondering, was it all just a fantasy? The message is clear. You'll soon receive a sign or physical evidence confirming that the balancing process is indeed happening within your twin flame. This reassurance will help affirm the shared nature of your journey and the realignment occurring between both of you. Let's delve into the energy of this masculine coming through. Right now, he's deeply submerged in his emotions, with the 10 of Cups reversed and the 3 of Cups reversed, indicating a strong sense of disconnection from you. The energy around him feels heavy, filled with disappointment, regret, and fear. He's dealing with a lot of dense emotional energy and is facing a heart-triggering moment. This often leads him to build emotional walls. When his heart starts to open, his ego steps in, reacting with fear and telling him to shut down. This has likely been frustrating for you, Divine Feminine, creating a push-pull dynamic in your connection. Instead of embracing the energy and opening up, he retreats, trying to protect himself from the vulnerability that these emotions bring. However, there's a shift occurring energetically. His guides and higher self are encouraging him to slowly open his heart. You might have noticed moments where he's less able to hide his feelings and where the intensity of his emotions becomes more apparent. This heart-opening process is becoming harder for him to mask, driven by a profound inner transformation. Your guides also want you to know that this change in him is closely connected to your journey of self-love. As you've embraced and nurtured yourself, finding your own worthiness and stability, it has not only attracted him on a physical level, but also sparked a spiritual breakthrough within him. With the 6 of Wands upright, it signifies a major spiritual victory. This card suggests that he is on the brink of a breakthrough, moving towards a deeper understanding and alignment with his true self. Now, this is getting intriguing. I'm sensing a group of divine feminines being closely observed by someone who seems to be feeling insecure or jealous. If this resonates with you, you might already have an idea of who this is. They appear as a karmic feminine, possibly linked to a masculine or divine masculine in your life. This person seems fixated on you, watching your actions or creations and trying to unravel your mysterious aura. The reversed Angel of Love card suggests that this individual is disconnected from unconditional love. They may desperately want to be liked and accepted, but struggle with self-acceptance, often seeking validation from others. While they might come across as outgoing and sociable, this behavior hides a deeper disconnection from their inner self. They likely find it hard to be alone with their thoughts and might obsess over you or fixate on your life when they're alone. There could be a detail involving brownish hair, although this won't apply to everyone. Additionally, the color red seems to have significance, possibly representing a focus on material or physical aspects of life, reflecting this person's energy. This observation suggests they might be more focused on outward appearances and material success rather than on deeper spiritual connections. You might not have even interacted with this person directly, which could leave you wondering why they harbor such negative feelings toward you or why you're picking up on strange energy from them. The reason behind this is that your presence exudes a pure, high vibration that cuts through superficial layers and reveals deeper truths. Spiritually, your energy reaches into the shadow aspects and unconscious programming that others hold, bringing their core truths to light. For some, facing these truths can be unsettling and challenging, especially if they're not ready to confront them. This situation might not involve someone you're physically close to. It could be a broader message, especially if you're someone who shares your authentic self through creative work, business success, or other passions. Your vibrant energy and self-acceptance can trigger those around you who aren't ready to confront their own truths. Your authenticity and the energy you radiate highlight the gaps in their own self-acceptance and truth. While this triggering might feel unsettling, it serves as a powerful catalyst for deep healing and transformation. It's part of how you contribute to collective evolution. Growth often starts with being triggered, as it brings underlying issues to the surface. With the Four of Swords reversed over the throat chakra, it's possible this involves someone you don't actively communicate with. If this person is trying to engage, provoke, or elicit a response from you, they might be attempting to pull you into their energy space. By maintaining your silence and standing strong in your confidence and truth, you're preserving your high vibration. Remember, when your energy triggers others, they may subconsciously try to bring you down to their level, seeking comfort in a familiar lower frequency. Wow, that was unexpected. I'm not quite sure why these specific messages came through today, but perhaps someone needed to hear them. Regardless of whether these particular energies resonate with you, the key takeaway is to protect your peace. It's crucial to be selective about who and what you engage with because your inner peace is your most precious asset. This calm space within you is where creativity and inspiration flourish. It's in this serene environment that those brilliant flashes of insight and creative ideas flow. In a world that often overlooks the value of peace, you've come to recognize its true importance. You understand that preserving your peace is vital for your well-being and for nurturing the unique gifts and inspirations that arise from within. Now, let's return to the divine masculine we discussed earlier. How is he evolving? The fulfillment card reversed indicates that he has been deeply reflecting on his financial and work situation. There's a strong desire within him to break free from old constraints and outdated beliefs. He views you, divine feminine, as a beacon of abundance and freedom, qualities he admires and yearns for in his own life. Right now, he feels confined by certain aspects of his circumstances, particularly related to his finances and career. This sense of entrapment might be tied to a work situation or financial obligations that he finds limiting. This feeling of being stuck might also apply to a karmic relationship or commitment that no longer resonates with his soul. He could feel trapped by these financial or relational ties, yet there's a powerful inner drive pushing him to break free and align more closely with his true desires and values. The reversal of the fulfillment card shows that he's starting to see these limitations and is motivated to overcome them, seeking greater freedom and authenticity in his life. I'm picking up that at some point, the urge for expansion becomes so strong that it demands a complete release. This is when karmic contracts end, and he begins to make significant changes in his relationships, work, and overall life direction. These transformations are already in progress. The root chakra being halfway activated and influencing the sacral chakra suggests that his energy is in a state of flux, especially regarding emotional expression, sacral healing, and relationship dynamics. This could indicate a transition from one relationship to another. Some masculines might be experiencing a breakup or divorce, though this won't apply to everyone. For others, this time may involve confronting and healing deep-seated issues of abandonment or rejection that have previously kept them from fully opening up emotionally. This healing process is crucial for forming more authentic and fulfilling connections in the future. Let's see what more we can channel about this divine masculine. The Sage reversed card keeps showing up around the solar plexus chakra, signaling that this masculine is going through an ego release and is feeling a strong urge to communicate. For some, this might mean showing through actions, making tangible changes in how he behaves toward you, divine feminine. For others, it might involve more direct and honest verbal communication. It seems he's had a significant realization that he hasn't fully shared yet. The High Priestess card upright suggests that he's deeply aware of something profound, but has been hesitant to speak about it. He seems to know more than he's letting on, especially when it comes to spiritual matters. For some of you, he might be delving into concepts like twin flames, perhaps researching or starting to believe in these ideas. He could feel a bit embarrassed or uncertain about openly discussing his interest in these spiritual topics, as they might be new to him. Despite this, he wants you to know that he doesn't view your beliefs as strange or irrational. This masculine is undergoing a significant shift in perspective, influenced by his interactions with you, the challenges of a dark night of the soul, and the synchronicities you've shared. These experiences are broadening his view, making him realize that traditional explanations don't fully capture what's happening. He's starting to see beyond the physical and connect the dots, expanding his conscious awareness toward more spiritual and esoteric understandings. I'm sensing that the divine masculine might feel compelled to discuss or explore these spiritual concepts with you, divine feminine. However, there's a noticeable nervousness about bringing up these topics. Despite recognizing your spiritual nature, he seems a bit embarrassed or hesitant. This reluctance likely stems from his past avoidance of such ideas, which he once dismissed or overlooked. The Four of Cups reversed and the Ten of Cups reversed reveal a crucial realization for him. My failure to appreciate you and our connection has delayed our union and diverted me from my true path. This reflection indicates that if there has been a separation, he's now looking back with more clarity. He understands that when he lets his ego overshadow the depth of your connection, he begins to experience a lack of fulfillment and spiritual disconnection, not only from you, but also from his inner self and soul's purpose. By focusing only on his logical mind and neglecting the spiritual side of his life, he disconnected from a part of himself that seeks authenticity and deeper meaning. Now, he longs for that sense of spiritual alignment and connection he once shared with you, which he may not have fully appreciated at the time. However, divine feminine, your guides are advising caution. Just because someone reaches out doesn't mean you have to let them back in. It's important to be discerning about who you invite into your life and energy. Protecting your peace and maintaining the integrity of your spiritual and emotional well-being is crucial. This discernment supports your creative and spiritual journey, whatever that may look like in your reality. And what this can do is send us spinning into these, what we then call ruts, where we feel like we are kind of on these superficial highs, but then falling back into that depth of hurt and pain and stuck energy that seems to just loop on endlessly. And it's because someone I'm tapping into here hasn't given themselves enough permission to allow themselves to be the beautiful, sometimes messy, sometimes chaotic, emotion-filled, emotion-fueled. I feel like something about your emotion actually fuels your passion, fuels your gifts. You haven't allowed yourself to experience the full range of emotions as a human, the full range of your own pleasure, your own material, physical enjoyment. I don't know who I'm speaking to here, but I just feel that it's time for someone to give themselves permission to balance spirituality with practicality, or balance the spiritual with the material, to really give to their physical body, to allow themselves to feel pleasure, to enjoy connection, to enjoy physical experience, and to know that that is what your spiritual awakening journey here on earth is about. If your journey was meant to look so glossy and perfect on the surface, you never would have incarnated here on earth. And you especially wouldn't have incarnated in a body that was carrying so much energy to be transmuted for your family, for your community, or for your collective, like you chose to do. You chose to undergo this messy, chaotic, adventurous incarnation here on earth, because through all of that, through the feeling, you are healing. Through the experience, you are continuing to awaken spiritually as well. It's what it's all about. And I don't know who needed to hear that, but I really feel that someone's guides wanted to get that message through to them today. I've been seeing a lot of the number 444 as well, so that might be connecting with some of you. But for now, I'm going to channel a message from the Rumi Oracle, and this card says, "Let love transform." So, I'm just going to read a quick message from the card here. The spring of love arrives to transform the dust into a garden. The call is heard from the heavens to bid the wings of soul to fly. The sea becomes filled with pearls. The dried land receives the water of life. The stone becomes a ruby, and the body becomes all soul. Rumi. And the guidebook also says, "This oracle comes to you as a living spiritual gift. Whether you realize it or not, you have triumphed. You have blossomed, succeeded, cast aside that which was unworthy, and taken up love's way." What did I tell you? You have gone through some massive energetic up-leveling recently. You really deserve your own admiration at this time for what you've been through, for how you've maintained such an open heart through all of that, and for these very radical, positive shifts that have taken place within you. As we wrap up, I'll draw one final card for guidance. The cornucopia card came up upright, a powerful symbol of manifestation often linked to the 1111 energy. This card signifies abundance and the fulfillment of desires. If you've been feeling anxious or doubting yourself, especially about sharing your voice or gifts with the world, take this card as a sign that you're manifesting something incredibly powerful. You are drawing in abundance and positive outcomes through the expression of your true self. If your anxiety is linked to a relationship or personal connection, the message is similar but applies specifically to that situation. There's a wonderful energy flowing into this area of your life. You might be feeling anxious because your mind is trying to overanalyze, plan, or predict what will happen next. Instead, you're being guided to stay present and embrace the moment. Trust that things are unfolding naturally and let your inner wisdom, which is deeper and more ancient than the conscious mind, guide you. By following your inner guidance, you can navigate your life's journey with greater ease and confidence. Remember, it's not just about reaching a destination, but also about fully experiencing and embracing each moment along the way. Trust in the process and the abundance that is coming your way. As we conclude this reading, if you found it meaningful, I'd love for you to subscribe and join our wonderful community here on YouTube. You can also connect with me on Instagram at Magnetize Official. Sending you all my love today. Take care, and I look forward to connecting with you in the next reading.